Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Road to Free to Play. This is episode 7, so of course that means it's day 6 of my transition to a non-paying player of this game. I'm not saying that I've been free to play since the beginning. I have spent money on this game, but I am now trying to curb the spending. And day 6 is previously my highest held record for days in consecutive, which I have not spent on this game. So it's a pretty big day. This is hype for me. I mean, it might be a small figure for some of you guys, but it means a lot to me. Anyways, I feel like this transition over to a non-paying player, it's got me thinking a couple of things. Like on the previous video last night, as I was watching back, I was wondering to myself, you know, why am I talking about merges on my units? Why am I talking about plus 10ing units? And it occurred to me that these are all things to do with competitive arena play, which doesn't necessarily go with what my end goal is. And what is my end goal? So I've been thinking that. Well, I guess personally I just want to use the units that I like as anybody would, and I guess these units can be any sort of rarity, and merges wouldn't really matter on them other than the stats being higher. But I'm not really trying to go for arena scoring or optimal arena scoring is what I'm saying. Now, arena scoring and boosting the arena score, it's a little bit frustrating sometimes, and overall I'm just gonna say I don't like the arena scoring system. I feel like this game, at the same time, it encourages you to build the units you want the way you want, but then it also sort of forces your hand in that you're limited to certain skills having to be on certain slots for certain characters to get those extra boost in arena points, which I don't necessarily like. I also am not a big fan of the bonus unit. It basically means I don't have complete control over my team. You know, like a quarter of my team is dictated every week by the bonus unit, and I guess it wouldn't be so bad if I was to lose some score if I chose not to use the bonus unit, but at this rate the bonus is like double the points, so the loss is way too much to the loss in points is too huge. But you know, there's some arena changes coming in, so that could be a change for the better. But yeah, I do understand why they have to do that though. It's basically sort of to promote people to actively pull for new units, and also if there wasn't any incentive in having new units and whatnot, then I guess the arena would be really stale anyways. I guess it's already kind of stale because depending on which tier you are, you end up facing a lot of the same sort of units. So I think since that is the case, I don't want my hand to be forced like that. I'm gonna have to settle for the second or third sort of best, but not the best sort of arena tier, which I'm okay with. I mean, I get the maximum amount of orb rewards in terms of that. I wonder if my mindset towards this will be different, you know, sometime into my free-to-play transition. So if you guys watched the footage from the last video, you will have seen that I have used up the 47 accumulated orbs from the past week on the Wings of Hope banner in hopes of getting a Hinoka for a merge, because one more merge means she can get up to 60 attack with summoner support, which is pretty good. I like even numbers, and I also like Hinoka, so that's pretty good. But I did not end up getting her. I got an Innis, which is kind of good because it reminded me I actually had a Innis sitting around. He has plus speed minus resistance, the one I got ages ago, and I haven't really been building him. So what I did today was I took out some units that were collecting dust in the barracks. So units like Nino, I actually already gave her Fury, but I just haven't grinded enough SP to make her learn it yet. So I assembled a team, guys. I assembled a team. I took her into the SP grinding map, and I nuked a whole bunch of guys. And now she's noticeably more angry and very desperate, while at the same time she's very good at honing attacks, if you know what I mean. But anyways, aside from Nino, I also took in my innies and I grinded some SP on that guy also. I didn't end up teaching him anything, I don't think. No. But I think eventually I'm going to go with the guard bow build on him, because I do want him to be sort of more of a enemy phase bait sort of unit, and I don't really have one of those enemy phase archers other than my armored Jacob, which is good, but he's an armored dude. Sometimes I want to be using my infantry archer as bait, which is where innies comes in, so that's good. I also went through and leveled up my adult Tiki all the way to max, and I'm still in the process of grinding SP for her, but I feel like this should be a fairly easy ordeal because she has built-in this encounter with the dragon breaths, and I'm considering sort of whether or not to give her warding breath, because I don't really use my legendary Ike. I know he's a good unit, but I don't really use him. I guess if I do the calculations and adult Tiki manages to survive a Naga hit from Julia and or Deidre and is able to counterattack one-shot them in return with the aid of warding breath, then perhaps I will consider it. Anyways, I guess that's pretty much the daily report. So there is something else I kind of wanted to bring up. During last night when I was using my saved up orbs, you know, I was thinking, okay, if I get fodder, that's good. If I get the unit I want for merges, that's also good. Now what would not be great is if a seasonal banner came around and I was, you know, lacking in the saved up orbs department, that particular thing would be very not good. So that's one thing that's not good. So I feel like perhaps in the future I should take a look at the calendar and try to guess, I guess because the seasonal banners usually last like a whole month. So if I see those happening, maybe I will put aside some orbs so that I can have a healthy supply of free orbs to roll on the seasonal banners. The other downside was that I always have this sneaky fear that if I do, you know, end up amounting to a collection of say 200 plus orbs, and then I use all those free-to-play orbs and I get nothing, I would be very incredibly bummed out. I know some other people can let that stuff go much easier than I could. Props to those guys, but I wonder how well or not well I might deal with that. So that is a problem. I believe that perhaps there is a good middle ground, because not summoning for ages and ages in the game, it sort of makes the gameplay experience a little less organic. At least for me, it feels a little bit less organic. But yeah, I don't know. I still have to work that stuff out. Perhaps I'll write up a plan that I can follow so that it makes it easier than just trying to remember this stuff, because I honestly can't remember this stuff like all the time. So yeah, having something written down, you know, plan that works for myself might be a good starting point for that. So yeah. Alright, so going a little bit off topic here, but so I woke up today, had a whole bunch of ants on my disk. Does anybody know a solution to get rid of ants other than pouring all that sand stuff on my disk? Because these ants, man, they pop out from time to time when it's really hot. They divide themselves into search parties, sort of like scout the areas out. And today they were crawling everywhere. Now a friend of mine, he has a cat. His cat eats the ants, and he's not too fond of that. My friend also has allergies, which makes him sneeze a lot, and his cat apparently eats the sneezing tissues as well, so he's also not fond of that. But cats are so cute, and yeah, I don't know, I guess that's how he gets rid of his ant problem. But I don't have a cat, so what do I do? But man, ants, man, you do not want to fuck with ants. Okay, that's all I've got for today, guys. I am going to go ahead and render the video. Hopefully I get this done before midnight tonight, and I get a fair bit of time for myself after midnight, maybe have another beer or something. You know, I hope yesterday or last night's video came out okay, because I was pretty much drunk when I was editing, so I hope that turned out well for you guys. Anyways, if you guys have, you know, similar stories to share, not drunk editing stories obviously, just stories of your own bad spending habits on this game, you're welcome to share in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I do have a Discord server set up. Now the Discord server is not specifically geared towards talking about this sort of stuff, but I don't mind discussing it there. In fact, it's pretty laid back. It's a really chill place. Also trying to spread this through Facebook and Twitter, but I don't know how to work them proper, so it's not getting too much traction there, I don't think. I don't know. I can't really figure it out. But hey, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I will catch you on the flip side.